Hey, welcome back to the Crafting Table Podcast. My name is Whiteboy503, and I am here today with my co-host OnFire53. We are also joined here by Corporal Bruno and our guest from last week, Bradley Burks. In today's podcast, we'll be covering a variety of topics ranging from a community Minecraft server to the infamous sub for sub.
Oh, wow. The sub for sub?
Great topic.
That is a topic we'll be discussing today.
Awesome.
It's one of the topics that I'm very annoyed by because I get it, spammed into my Twitter box every single day. And I figured it'd be something that we can all relate to because we're all YouTubers. So
I'll go last on that one then.
Yeah. So first off, we want to talk about the Team Bruno server. Tell us a little bit about the server, Bruno.
Well, I appreciate that, actually. The server is a PC Minecraft server, and it's public. There's no whitelist. It's meant to be vanilla, but unfortunately we can't have nice things. So it's managed with a couple of plugins to make it safe for everybody to play. And we've got some good staff in place, and we've got a good solid crowd that comes in every week. They play all day, every day, it feels like. But
yeah, definitely.
You guys can go there and play at craft.teambruno.org. And, of course, if you just type Craft Team Bruno in Google, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Yeah. And as we always say, all the links to everything will be in the description of every video source on my channel, on Fire's channel, and on his website as well. So, who has played on it? I know I have. I know OnFire has. Of course, Bruno has. Bradley, have you had a chance to check it out yet?
I actually have not. I'm in the middle of a remodel in the kitchen right now, so my time has been pretty limited, to be honest.
Okay. It's definitely something that, I've had a lot of fun on it. I personally don't really get on all that much unless, Bruno hits me up with needing help with modeling something or doing something like that. Just because, I don't know, I'm not very... I don't know, I like Minecraft and stuff like that, but it's just not something that, I've really had a giant passion for. That's why in this podcast, the main three hosts that we have, is, of course, me, OnFire, and Mad Leon. Leon's basically the main portion for the Minecraft. I am the YouTube side, and then kind of OnFire's in the middle about it. So
yeah. I like to make it into a sandwich.
Yeah,
sandwiches are yummy.
I would be the neutral party as well.
So this Minecraft server, what I would like to invite everybody out there to do is on Sundays we all get together and hang out on the server sometime during the day, and I guess you'll just have to find out by following one of these guys when that happens. But we're going to start doing a thing, and this will already have happened twice by the time you guys hear this podcast, but we're going to start having these big, huge community builds, and it's going to be on a Sunday, and it'll be just for a few hours. And we can have up to 60 people right now to do it. We're going to have a theme, and we're just going to pick an area on the server, and we're just going to while out and have a good time and build, some area. So everybody can use that content for their own YouTube channels, Twitch streams, whatever they want to do. If they want to stream it when they're on there, I don't care. It's meant so that everybody can meet everybody and meet other people and have fun and build something cool. So yeah, that's what it's all about.
Do you have like a main theme on that? Because I am familiar kind of with the build of Minecraft, but is there any kind of main theme, or is it just kind of everybody has their own kind of theme when they join?
Well, that's an option to everybody, really, because when you come into play any other time during the week, and you'll be able to go through the quested scenarios that we've put at the beginning and actually start playing survival Minecraft on your own and meet other players that are playing on the server. You have a claim system where you'll naturally start going out to find wood and dig and find your little hut. And as soon as you place your first chest, you'll get a little notification that says, oh, well, you just claimed this plot of land, and it's 9 by 9 blocks. So that area is yours now, and nobody else can build there or take things away from you or anything else like that. It's your safe zone, and it's ungriefable. And the only way to set that up is to share that permission with somebody else. So I just tell people, just enjoy it, man. That's like your little safe room.
Yeah, and make sure that you read that stuff, because I ended up getting screwed over. So I played on the server probably for a good 5 hours straight. Ended up hitting diamonds, and I actually built on Bruno's land. Didn't realize that I did, because I didn't really pay attention to the prompts. I was like, okay, I read the rules and all that, but I didn't read the I guess the prompt when it said that I was on somebody else's land. Stuck my diamonds in the chest, came back the next day and got jacked hardcore. And I was like, that sucks. And I think that's why I hadn't gotten on for like 2 weeks. I was like, because it's like when you play a game for a long time, and then you realize you didn't save your game, and you're just like table flip. You're like, forget it, I'm done.
That's how I feel about Play Rust right now.
Yeah, I'm just like,
every time I try to play that damn game, I die. And
such a sore subject.
Rust, yes, definitely is something that we need to get into.
At any point in time, does the 9 square get any bigger, or does it?
Well, absolutely.
Remain...
You can increase how many claim blocks that you have by the more time you play on the server, as well as there is an ability to be able to purchase within game cash, more or less.
The cash is experience points, so you get experience. You can turn it into cash, and you can buy claim blocks that way, or you can sell items for experience as well.
Learn stuff every day, because I'm on like level 30 something, and I was like, oh, I just thought it was enchanting.
If you want to know how much XP that you have earned as spending wise, you do a / balance, and it tells you. You do start off with a bit. I think you get a chunk, but you can also go into debt. But you can only go into debt so far.
Actually, I took that away.
You took that away?
Yeah, no more debt.
Oh, okay, well then good.
That makes sense, It's just like a credit card. You're just like, I'd rather not let people
do that crap. It's like giving a bunch of 10-year-olds your credit card.
Yeah.
They never have money.
So as well as to add to that, though, if you do make YouTube videos, and let's say you make Minecraft YouTube videos, and you need a place to go ahead and post those videos, you want to head over to join.teambruno.org. It's a great Google Plus community where you can share your videos with like-minded people. You basically also can submit one of your videos that you feel needs a little bit more support, or you think it's really good content, and you want to get it out there. You can get a chance to win the Gold Standard Award, and it's pretty prestigious award as well.
Thanks, I guess. That's cool.
Hey, Bruno, in the future, I'm sure the server's got to have limited space. If things go well, do you plan on expanding that?
The server's pretty expansive as it is. I've ran 40 players at the same time on it and not had any problems. If it gets to the point where it pushes past 60 and it starts lagging, I don't mind pushing the RAM up. That I'll grow as it needs to grow.
Awesome.
Not a problem. If it gets to where I can't afford it, I'll open up a donation page.
I definitely could see that happening. That's why I asked that question.
Yeah, because there are a lot of people. Like every time I get on, unless I get on around like probably 2-3 a.m. my time, then there's usually maybe like 2 or 3 people on. But if I get on during the day, there's at least 10 to 15, if not even more, players on it.
It's fairly popular. The thing is once people figure out how to play on the server and they know how to use the claim system, they fall in love with it, and then they just stay. But I guess it may be time to grow some more. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's up to you guys. If you come and play, we'll play.
Yeah, definitely. And I always tell Bruno, hey, if you need help, clearing out of space, hit me up. I can do that.
Yeah, you're a really good space clear outer.
I don't know, like I get into the zone and I'm just like, I'm like a zombie. I'm just kind of sitting there like holding on my mouse button, and then just like I just my 3 fingers on shift and on space and the WASD, and I'm just like, oh. And I don't honestly enjoy it or anything, but I'm just like, it's so time consuming that it's like amazing. I don't know, I have like a sick reaction to it. I don't know why.
A lot of my friends say that Minecraft is just therapeutic.
It really is. If you think
I think it is to a certain extent. Yeah, like unless I start like trying to think about it, like if I'm thinking about what I'm gonna build and stuff like that, then I start like, oh, this is too hard, and I don't want to like think about it. But doing like the whole clearing thing, I think I definitely agree with that, how that can be therapeutic, because I'm just like, you're just like zombie, and you're just kind of like, yeah, you're just like spaced out, and you're like, okay. But going on to this topic of sub for sub, I'd like to hear what On Fire has to say about it first.
Well, sub for sub. Now, I'm not going to say that I hadn't fallen victim to sub for sub. At first, when I first started out as a YouTuber, I didn't think that it would do any harm. I didn't think it was going to, hurt me in any way. It nothing but benefit me, if anything, because I'm gaining subscribers. And you think, well, you gain subscribers, well, that means that you're going to gain views, and then you're going to get popular. Well, that's not the way to take it. Sub for subs are definitely dead subs. They're not going to do anything for you. There are other YouTubers that are asking for you to sub to their content even if you don't like it. And that's not the way you want to go about YouTube. You definitely want to sub to that person if you are going to either benefit from their content, as well as if they're going to benefit from you viewing their content. Most sub for subs end up being just dead subs where they don't watch your content, they don't add up to the views, they don't add up to the likes, and that's where your videos get out there and on top of YouTube. When you get those likes and you get those views are basically one of your most important parts of it. And then to boost those views, you have those likes to gain a rank within Google, and so on and so forth. But if you have those dead subs, it's just like you're dragging dead bodies around.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, and that's one of the biggest reasons that it's very annoying for me, is because I get people like every single day that will tweet me, they'll DM me after they follow, and they'll be like, hey, if there's any way you can check out my channel. If they're like, hey, can you check out my channel? They're being real about it. Like, yeah, sure, or yeah, I'll check it out. But I get a lot of people who are like, go sub to my channel, and I'm just like, go fuck yourself.
Normally, when you get it right away, like if you go and follow somebody on Twitter and you get that DM right away.
Oh yeah, it's like the automatic.
You know that everybody else is getting the same message, and it just turns you off a little bit. It turns me off a little bit.
I hate the spam.
Yeah. Yep.
Sends me an email.
I can see a spam from a mile away.
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating because I'm like, I'll check out your content. I have no problem with checking out your content. The problem that I have is, I have a certain limit of how many people I can have in my sub box, just because I don't want to be in that situation where I'm subscribed to, 300 people and I'm only being able to watch like 6 of them. I'm not saying my subscriber, limit is only 6, but, I'm subscribed to like 70 different people, but I have to be watching our content on a regular basis, and it has to draw me in. Like, that's why, like, I get a lot of people, of course, because, the 2 biggest gaming things that people do, on YouTube, especially lately, is Call of Duty, and, Minecraft. And for me, it's just, if you're doing Minecraft, you have to be doing something that's interesting. It can't just be, regular survival, or, even Hunger Games is starting to get to the point where I'm just like, I'm just like, I don't really want to watch it, and I'll be honest with the person. If they DM me and they're like, hey, can you check out my content? I'll check it out. And they're like, did you like it? I'm like, you have good content. I'm watching 16 other people who are doing the same thing. I can't take that on again, because I don't want to sit here and be bored watching your content, and I don't want to be a dead sub to you either. So
there has to be that incentive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's going to be better people than other people, obviously, so you're going to want to select the one that best fits you.
Yeah, like the people that I'm subscribed to who do Minecraft are Generation Hollow, Rage Gaming, On Fire, because he's a friend and he has other content and we do a lot of stuff together. But honestly, those are the only 2 big YouTubers besides Bruno that I can think of that I actively watched almost every Minecraft post that they do, is because they do a show called Minecraft Map Extravaganza, where they host people's maps, and it's amazing. Even though it's the same thing every time, it's different at the same time, because you're watching them play different maps, and it's interesting every single episode, rather than watching somebody do a survival where they're just oh, okay, so what were you doing in the last episode? I was punching a tree. What are you doing in this episode? I'm building a house. And it gets really boring for me, and I can't do
Bruno,
that.
what's your feeling on that?
On sub for subs, don't do them. I mean, it's just, look, I understand when you first start out YouTube, you've got 0 subscribers, and you need to get 10 of your friends to subscribe to you. If you can't get 10 to 25 of your friends either in real life or on Twitter or Facebook or somewhere in the social blogosphere on your friends' websites, whatever. If you can't get that many subs, then you should maybe second guess it. And then once you get that many, a lot of times then you just get this idea that you're just going to subscribe to a bunch of people's channels and hope that they see it and subscribe back. You don't want to do that either, because then your content is going to be hard to find. Now, if you meet somebody on a forum and you guys become friends by looking at each other's channels, then obviously that's what YouTube's all about. It's about community. And if you
networking.
and if you build your channel up, with friendships with other people that you meet on the internet, and then also put out high quality content, not content every day. And it's really hard to do that, but high quality content, you'll earn those subscribers.
Totally agree with the quality and the content, just because there's been so many times that I'll go to a video and it'll have a certain label, and the content could be or could not be about the label, but then it's not accurate if it is about the label, or it's something totally different. And to me, that kind of stuff should really be pulled off YouTube and not be used, because you want to go to that place, search for something, and have it be relevant to what the search is.
And I want to say, if when you speak of this stuff too, we're talking about gaming related YouTube, because there is nothing in the other side of the world of gaming, because there's gaming YouTube and then there's YouTube.
Yep.
The other side of YouTube is kind of where I'm at. It's more like vlogs and stuff like that, and it's a different kind of feeling. This gaming side is just weirdly driven by money, and that's where I've found the hardest part is that's why you have these sub for sub and everything else like this. Those people are driven by some weird, I don't know. They want to make money because they think that people make money on YouTube. Very rare.
I mean, I do see it a lot more in our community, in the gaming community, that sub for sub is definitely a lot more prominent. Rather, like you said, with the whole vlogging, I definitely don't see it within the vlogging community. I think it's just because our community is, I would assume our community is the largest out of all the communities. I think the gaming community has become the largest, and it's just. And that's another thing, I'm not subscribed to a lot of gaming channels, I'm subscribed to a lot of vlog channels, a lot of tech channels. I am subscribed to quite a few gaming channels, but, I just, like, that's all that I get is, gaming. Yes, I love gaming, that's what I make my content, but it's good to see other kind of content rather than just gaming.
Well, as you say that, gaming is bigger, I wouldn't say that. I'd still say that gaming is still small within the YouTube community. There's more unique content out there, where they're not utilizing somebody else's work in order to put out a video. And I'm not saying that's wrong. Obviously, these game developers are giving permission for you to be able to use that footage within or use their creation to be able to make something else creative. But that's what they're looking for. They're not looking for you to just play the game and then to basically just slowly and what's the word that I'm looking for? Like,
the bottom line is you don't copy what someone else is doing, you make it your own.
Right. Like, all right, commentators for games. And for me, commentating on a game, I like to talk about the game, but you shouldn't really talk about the game too much either. You want to make it a unique experience. So use the gameplay as a foreground, something to entertain the person as you're speaking to them about maybe a topic that really interests you. A lot of commentators go off of that. They either throw in their life tips or life hacks, or talk about something that's going on within the community on top of that gameplay. But I mean, you want to be unique as well. Now, machinima style videos for games, which you do easily, like with Halo or Minecraft, that's a really unique and creative way to go about your videos as well, where you make a story out of the gameplay. You can create your own story within the gameplay if you find the right game to be able to do that with.
Yeah. I mean, what I was saying is basically just, from what I get, the response that I get, I don't really get, from a lot of people who aren't gaming, content creators. I don't get like vloggers who, DM me on Twitter or, send me tweets saying, sub to my channel. I get it from the gaming community. That's just my experience with it.
That's because of the niche. That's the niche that that you're also in. But the gaming community is definitely pushing hard out there to get your view. But if you're viewing a lot of gaming on YouTube, YouTube's going to show you more gaming. If you view a lot of vlogs on YouTube, you're going to get a lot more vlogs, as YouTube will suggest to you.
Oh yeah, of course. But I'm talking about like on Twitter and stuff like that.
If you're mainly talking about Twitter, then yes.
Yeah.
You can broaden the people that find you on Twitter, by the way. I've noticed this. Everybody struggles with this Twitter thing. Twitter, if you just go and follow the last 7 people, the person who just followed you, like if you go, like say I follow you, and then you go to my account to see who the hell I am. You click on, and you see that I have, at least 7 followers. Then click on those followers, and you follow 7 people that I follow, or that follow me, rather. You already know that they're willing to follow somebody. They follow me, and I followed you. If you follow 7 of them, more than likely 4 of them are going to follow you back, just out of pure statistics.
Law of large numbers.
Yes, exactly. So you just go through that. Now, some people, they unfollow the people then after the fact, and I'm not a big fan of that. That's not how Twitter works. But,
yeah.
But it's all up to you how you want to have your own Twitter account. But that's how you get people to follow you. You have to follow other people.
It's funny that you bring up an unfollow. I had to do an unfollow today, and I know that you're not big on unfollowing, but you have a set of rules that go along with it, kind of like laws. So the person that I unfollowed today was merely due to the fact that I was getting spam tweets from them, like "Is this you?" with a link, or you did a really good job in this video. Here's the link. Normally that shows that either the person's been hacked or they're just spamming you just for the spam. But when I do unfollow somebody, I do reach out to them after I unfollow them and let them know why I unfollowed them. Give them a chance to respond. And that's what I did today. I basically said, hey, I unfollowed you today because I really don't like the intrusive. I am, but I don't like the ads. I don't like the spamming. I don't like
I'm an asshole, Leo.
And then he goes and he tweets back and says, I'm sorry about that. That wasn't me. My Twitter must have been hacked. And I was like, well, that's great and all, and I'm sorry that happened, but until that you get that resolved, I won't be following you. It's just for a mere personal interest there, because when I go and look at my tweets, I'm looking for specific people, or I'm looking for good content, and then I get like slammed with a whole bunch of these from one particular person. I can't handle that, and that fills up my feed, and it just isn't good.
I'm going to be honest. I haven't hit up the tweeter yet, but I know that these social networks sometimes they just make me sick with their purpose in general. Facebook, it makes it kind of difficult with being a new YouTube person, but just from previous experiences with those social networks, it almost makes you wish that they would create something new.
Yeah, I understand.
I enjoy Twitter. I used to use Facebook a lot for my YouTube channel, but I noticed that it's a lot harder to talk to people you don't know on Facebook than it is on Twitter. Like I was getting more of a response on my videos and stuff like that using Twitter than I was using Facebook. And going off of what OnFire was talking about, the whole unfollowing thing, I definitely am more of an asshole when it comes to that. I'll just unfollow. And I won't tell them why, because they should know why. I shouldn't have to tell them, unless I assume that they're, a younger person, younger than me, basically. Because the most of the time I unfollow is, of course, ass and titties is a nice thing, but I should not have my feed completely full of basically nude pictures because somebody is tweeting them at me and stuff, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous. So I use the service unfollowers.com just to because sometimes I don't get a chance to get on my computer to look through my my contact feed or connect feed to see who's followed me for the day. So I was like, okay, I'll just go on this website and it tells me who's followed me for the day, and I'll check them out and follow them back and all that kind of stuff. Because I tell people every day, in my videos, hey, if you want, I may not be able to watch your content. This goes back to the whole thing about people sending me their stuff to say to subscribe to them. Like, hey, I may not be able to watch your content and stuff like that, but if you tweet me your videos, I'll retweet them no matter what. That way, even if I may not like it, others, who follow me may end up enjoying the content.
You might actually give that to a person that needed it.
Yeah, maybe you play a game like I don't know. Maybe you're into My Little Pony. I'm not into My Little Pony, but maybe one of my followers is. Yeah, I'm not into that, but maybe one of my followers is. So of course, I'm gonna retweet the video. Maybe maybe I help you gain the success that you're looking for for YouTube at least. Maybe I retweet it and say one of the people who was bigger on YouTube happens to be following me and I don't even know, and I would be pissed off because that would suck that, they gained so much off of my success and I'm so small. But, I would feel good that, I was at least able to help the person, become, quote unquote, big if that were to happen. So I always try to retweet anybody who sends me their videos because I know what it's like. We all know what it's like to be a small YouTuber and how, the pains and the sorrows of, looking at our analytics.
And
that's why I created join.teambruno.org.
That's right. Mm-hmm. You know what? And the funny thing you mentioned that too is the fact, you don't have to be, you don't have to feel like a small YouTuber. If you collaborate with your other YouTubers that are either doing the same genre as you, or at least within the realms, or if you can communicate really good with them and you can have a good time with them, you're not alone there, and you can basically say that you got combined subs, even though you're not, you don't have that sub from the other person that you're being with. Like when I go with Bruno and I do some streaming and I make videos.
Top 5 subscribers.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a bigger YouTuber when I'm with him, just for the mere fact that we're collaborating and we're sharing our information on each other's channels.
I haven't really honestly given the effort. That's probably why my subscribers is so low.
Yeah,
it all depends on what you want to get out of it, man.
Yeah, you definitely.
I'm putting it out there to help people, but I'm not like advertising it.
What's your channel about?
A lot of tech work, and it's gonna get some of my writings mixed in with it, as far as short stories, poetry, stuff along that line.
So you're a writer, and the tech work, is it like you do stuff with computers or what?
Yep, exactly. Like I've got a couple of my main videos, for example, are like how to fix internet connection for Windows, or how to fix Internet Explorer 10 and 11 when it's not responding, stuff along that line. My writings are more about, real life events, women, stuff along that lines as I get older in life, and events that happened that made me vent by, writing them down. So on the other hand, there's a couple books that I've got that are inspirational. Jim's read one of those, and I do think that it aided in helping in his life. I'm not him, but at least gave him, I think, a positive outlook.
Oh, absolutely, and it's what it only takes a few reads into that book. Like you get into like 3 or 4 sentences, and you just want to keep reading, and that's exactly what you want to be able to provide people. But it was, to me, more like a self-help when I needed it.
Yep.
So you want on your videos, because obviously you're providing video content to the internet,
right?
So you're wanting to somehow drive with your video people to your written works on a website somewhere?
I'm probably gonna actually. One thing I've noticed that is not on there a lot of people like poetry, and I don't see a specific channel about like a poem of the day. So I have enough writings and poems that I could probably write for a year and just read them even on a video, and people can sit there and listen to it.
Like a vlog. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. And they're able to maybe relate to it, or at least, if they like it enough, come back for the next one.
Some people really enjoy poetry, that's
exactly.
a big deal to some people.
That's my point behind it. That's one of my inspirations in life. It's something I've enjoyed doing. It's something I've actually put back and not really went forth with for a long time, and I think it's time to, use that talent and get it out there.
Have like a poetry hour.
Exactly. Like a poem of the day is what I'm planning on calling it.
Yeah, I think that would definitely be, because that's your own subgenre of vlogging. Like you said, I have never seen any channel to do anything like that.
Exactly.
I know one YouTuber who does like the fun fact of the day, which usually is gaming related. And that's just that in general is like, that's actually pretty, cool to think about, because like you said, there's nobody who's doing anything like that, so
exactly.
I think it's definitely something that would be pretty smart actually to get into it.
Yeah, and Jim was actually the one that gave me the idea to throw him up there, and just want to thank him for that idea because it did get me to thinking. So give credit where credit is due.
I mean, within the last podcast, if you listened in, I did also mention a good way of going about that too. And a lot of other YouTubers, I won't go too far in depth of it, but a lot of other YouTubers are doing it and seeing a lot of good feedback on it. Bruno knows him. Tim Smoyer does a good job with that, where he baits them in with a free ebook, and then once he has them as subscribers and they've learned from that first ebook, they're more than likely willing enough to go for that second ebook, even if it's not for free.
I would agree with that. That's advertising for, like, if you like my content, then you'll want to buy it. Try it before you buy it, kind of a thing.
As well as an incentive.
Yeah, exactly.
You sign up for his subscriber list, his email subscriber list, you got an incentive, a free ebook.
Whether you buy that book or not, you're probably going to come back, and if you like his readings, you'll read them again. So
right. So before we get too further along within this podcast, I do want to ask Bruno if he has any 3 quick, easy tips on how to make a better YouTube video.
Well, first you need to make sure that you have a quality audio recorder. And if you can't manage to get a quality audio recorder, you can probably suffice that with your cell phone. And I would recommend a completely quiet room with no air conditioners or heaters running, no water running, no background noises. Try to find just a short period of time for complete silence. If there's any sort of audio quality problems on the video, it's some people listen in headphones, and some people listen at work, some people listen in the restroom. You don't want them to click off of your video just because of that. They're going to miss your hard work and effort, so don't do it wrong. So number one I would say is quality microphone and quiet area. 2, I would say whatever content that you're going to deliver, make sure it's entertaining and drives them to the end of the video. Your content on YouTube is pushed based on how many people watch it, and how long they watch it now is more important. Mm-hmm. So if you have a 5-minute, yeah, absolutely, audience retention is what they call it. If you have a 5-minute video, if you can't manage to be entertaining enough to make it to the end of the 5-minute video, then you're wasting your time making a 5-minute video. And maybe you're just doing it to do it, and that's cool, but wouldn't you rather do it to do it and have somebody watch it? Absolutely. So that's number 2. And then I would say number 3, have fun. Because if you're not having fun, don't do it. This is no fun if you're not having fun. I promise. You try to make it a job and try to make money off of YouTube, you are going to fail miserably. That's not how life works. You can't do it for the love of money. You got to do it for the love of love. You got to do it for it. That's my 3rd tip. Be passionate, love it.
Yep. I mean, agreed. For me, for me, you know, of course, as I've talked in the first podcast, you know, I changed my major from computer science technology to video production because I do want to make this my career. You know, if I could make videos on YouTube, or, you know, say YouTube crashes and something else picks up, if I could make this my career, you know, it would be fantastic. And it's not just for the money, you know. Of course, you know, the money's definitely a pretty big plus. But you know, as Bruno said, you know, it's something that, you know, I'm very passionate about. I love making my content, and I love, you know, I love getting the reactions from people. That's one of the biggest things, is, you know, knowing that people, you know, like the content and they're watching it. And as I put up a video, of course, you know, as this goes up a couple weeks ago, um, I started a new series talking about, you know, like a draw my life series, but a vlog type, because I suck at drawing. And it basically, I had thought about doing the series for a long time, but I never did. And then it got brought up in one of my videos. Basically, the person who commented saw that I was missing part of my finger on my left hand, and I was boggled by it, because I was like, I don't think I ever would have noticed. Like, I watched the video, like I sat there and watched it, and I did not notice that. You know, while I did it before I edited it, I did it after editing, and I did it after uploading, and I still did not notice it. And then it's just like I just sat back and in awe, because I was like, damn, this person paid so close attention. And, you know, and that makes it even better, even if it's just, you know, even if it's just that one person that, you know, not only I know she watched it, but, you know, she paid real close attention. It was just like the most amazing feeling ever.
Now, that brings me to a point from what both of you said, with the sound and whatnot. The videos that I'll click off so fast you won't even know that it was there are the ones where it's going to explain something to you and there is no vocal at all, and it's just words.
Text.
Mm-hmm.
Text.
Just text, yeah.
Why make a video of just text? If you want to just text, then you put it on a different area. This is a video place. There's going to need to be sound there, in my opinion.
Yeah, or unless it's silent art. I mean, there is silent video that is great.
That's different, but
yeah, like
if
like
you're explaining something besides that kind of art, don't just sit there and have text.
You're more speaking towards like the tutorials, because I do notice that a lot of tutorials that I go for, like how to install mods on Minecraft, they end up they don't have any audio other than music, and then they go and open up Notepad and they just start typing in Notepad.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, and
I haven't seen one of those in a long time, but you're right.
Yeah, like I explained in the first episode, that was the reason why I started YouTube, because that pissed me off.
Yeah, so it goes back to that point of don't make a video without relevant content, and make the video right. I mean, come on. YouTube is nice enough to actually, you know, if they're gonna, even if you make $5 or something, if you make relevant content on YouTube, then it's gonna make way big of a difference for your subscribers, because they're just like what we were saying earlier in this podcast. If you get subscribers that actually want to watch your content, they will take the time every time something comes out of your video and watch it. And then you're going to get that time. Let's say you have a 5-minute video. You're not going to get the people, oh, I just signed up to trade subscriptions or whatever, so I'm only going to watch 3 seconds of this video and be like, oh yeah, okay, I remember doing that, and then go on to what I'm doing in life. You're going to get these subscribers that say, you know, I want to watch this content, so they watch it for the full 5 minutes.
Yep. Okay, so the only thing that bothers me about that is the word relevance. And I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I don't necessarily think the whole relevance thing, I don't really understand it, because a lot of people, you know, I get told all the time, because as you guys may know, you know, the Let's Plays that I do are of retro games for the most part. You know, I do mostly PlayStation games. And I get a lot of people who are like, well, how come you don't do, you know, Let's Plays of like, you know, more modern games and stuff like that? And it's like, well, for one, you know, that's not what I'm into. You know, yes, I do enjoy, you know, some of the modern games, but it's not something that I really enjoy. and then I get the same thing basically, telling me, well, how could if you did Call of Duty, then you would of course get more subscribers. And I'm like, yeah, but then like how Bruno said, then I wouldn't be having fun making the content because
right.
I like playing the retro games. I like playing Final Fantasy. I like playing my Spyro
show
games.
their videos as well.
And I think especially not necessarily here in just the gaming community, but in the community in general, I think the term relevance has been taken different because a lot of people will say, well, I'm not going to watch your video because you're not playing the latest and greatest, and I don't think that necessarily should be what relevance is all about. As long as I'm making like Bruno said, as long as I'm making great content, that's high quality, and I'm not, it's entertaining. It's not even necessarily just entertaining. It's informational, because that's what I do. I do Let's Plays. I'm showing you how to play the game, from start to finish. Yes, sometimes it's not necessarily the most entertaining thing, and that's why I'm trying to get better at my commentary, to make, jokes at the game, or, make jokes in general to make it more entertaining. But for the informational part, it just really bugs me when I hear people that say, well, you have to stay relevant and with what's happening right now. That's why for the longest time I refused to make Minecraft videos. Anything that had to do with Minecraft. I had been playing Minecraft for probably about a year before I even started talking to Onfire or Bruno, just because it just bugged me to hear all the time that, well, if you're not making what's out now or what's the new thing, then you should stop making videos, just because it frustrates the hell out of me.
I understand that. And see, with me, it's the exact opposite. I've been playing video games for so damn long that I like to every once in a while feel like playing a vintage game, but it's usually gone as soon as I touch the controller. Mm-hmm. I have to play the latest and the greatest and the newest. That's because I've already played everything else in the past. And so
over and over again.
And I think that's just an age difference. Like, because you said you've been gaming a lot longer than I have. You've probably been gaming about as long as I've been alive.
I was 5 years old, and I'm 35, so that gives me 30 years of gaming.
So you know what I mean? Like you've been around to play so much, and I'm still trying to catch up with all the stuff.
If I said a Commodore 64, you probably wouldn't even know what I'm talking about.
I not right offhand, but yeah.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is that everybody's channel is what they love and what they're
exactly. You got to enjoy it, and we totally get your point there, white boy.
Yeah, because it's one of the things that, and I made no offense to anything that anybody said. It's just that sparked something in me that I hear that all the time from not only personal friends, but hear people on the internet too that are just like, well, the reason you're not growing and the reason you're not getting bigger is because you're not playing Call of Duty, you're not playing Battlefield, you're not playing Titanfall, you're not playing Minecraft, you're not playing what everybody else is doing. And I'm like, well, that's the point. I don't want to be like everyone else. I want to be me. I want to play games that I enjoy,
That's right. You want to be you want to be yourself, but you also want to follow through with what you want to do, not with what other people want you to do.
Exactly.
You want to keep things positive, don't keep things
within
negative.
Reason. Within reason, yeah.
Well, yeah,
within you want to listen to your viewers a little bit.
Yeah,
so, like,
totally.
if you're playing a Let's Play,
like I can see a plus in that and a minus in that, white boy. And the thing is, the thing is, you got to enjoy what you're doing, but you got if you want the views to be there, you got to also keep in mind what other people want to see.
Oh yeah, of course. And I think that's why I broke down the barrier of making Minecraft videos, because I knew that a lot of people were wanting. I had people contact me all the time. Hey, you want to do a co-op Minecraft? And I was like, nah, I'm good. And I just broke down. Yeah, hey, I'll do it, but I want everybody to know this is not what my channel is going to all be about. I don't want to stick to just doing this because. Right. Like how I was talking about earlier, that's why I don't subscribe to a lot of people who make Minecraft videos, because that's all that they make. I need a variety, and I think that's why I highly say I am a variety channel. I don't just make gaming videos.
Bruno, you're definitely a variety channel, so you can relate to that most likely.
My channel is, I guess you could say, it's a variety channel. My channel is just me. It's YouTube. It's MeTube. It's my whatever I'm doing. Like at night, it's me playing video games. I live stream that to share that experience with people. And during the daytime, it's me and the kids. If it's my day off, you'll see maybe a video, a vlog from what we did, or something or Sometimes I feel like I'm creative and I want to do some sort of,
Titanfall.
work. Like I did the 10 Days of Titanfall. That was fun.
That reminded me of something I was going to bring up during the podcast today. And I think this will relate to everybody. But when we're also doing this, I mean, like, I do think that On Fire actually mentioned this one time, and I could totally relate to it. And it was about how we're leaving our mark also, because, we're not going to live forever, obviously, but at least we're leaving our history, like it's recorded,
That's a good point.
out to the world.
That's why
it's something that will always be there. Like, no matter, let's say our generation ends and our last name ends, that still will be out there, that information at one time.
Yep, I definitely agree. All right, guys. Well, this has been a wonderful episode of the Crafting Table. I am on Fire 53. You can find our co-host at DeWhiteBoy503 on YouTube, and let's see, you can go ahead and follow Corporal Bruno at CPL Bruno on Twitter, as well as go and check out his YouTube page, and you can go to live.corporalbruno.org. I believe, right? It's not .com. I always
think
get
the
that.
easiest way is just teambruno.org.
Yep, there you go, too. And then you go to youtube.com/Bradley Burks. Make sure you go ahead and follow those links in the description. Everything will be mentioned down there below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and tune in to the next one. And again, I'm on 553. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace.